Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. All right, NFL Week 7. Our season is a third of the way over, through 6 weeks. We've had some good football, we've had some bad football, we've had some okay football. So far, after 6 weeks, we have 6 teams in the AFC that are over 500. In the NFC, we also have 6 teams that are over 500. We have 4 teams that are at 500, 3-3 in the AFC, and 3 teams in the NFC that are also 3-3. Everyone else is below 500. And we do have the undefeated Arizona Cardinals, who are currently 6-0, and the winless Detroit Lions that are 0-6. We should party like it's 2008. That's when Detroit went 0-8, 0-16. Sorry, bad memories. The good news is in 2009 they drafted Matthew Stafford, who in this offseason they traded for Jared Goff along with 2 first-round draft picks and a third-round draft pick. So they, finished last, drafted him. They're probably going to go 0-16 again. Now they draft the next quarterback next year. They'll have all them draft picks, who I think they should trade those draft picks for Deshaun Watson, but we'll get into that later. So in week 6, straight up picks, I was 10-4, which puts me at 56-38 year to date. Against the spread, I was 7-7, which puts me at 36-58 year to date. Over under, I was 6-8 last week, which puts me at 46-48 this week. This might be one of I haven't looked at the other weeks, but this is so far this year. This is the least amount of games we've had in a week. We got 13 games. There's a lot of teams with bye weeks this week, which is good. Rest up a little bit, heal up some injuries. So Thursday night, we have the battle of the 3-3 teams in the AFC. We have the the Denver Broncos. Detroit wishes they had 3 wins. The Denver Broncos and the Cleveland Browns. As much as Cleveland has struggled on defense, they've given up 151 points total this year. 25.1 a game. They've scored 156 points, which is 26 a game. They're 1-2 on the road and 2-1 at home. Against the conference, they are 2-1. They've lost 2 straight. Now Denver, on the other hand, they have lost 3 straight. They started off 3-0 and they are 0-3 in their last 3. And they're 2 losses at home already for Denver, so good thing they're on the road here. They've also struggled on defense and offense. They're only scoring 21 points a game while giving up 18. 2 teams that both desperately need a win if they want to make playoffs. Cleveland at home on a Thursday night. Got to go with them. The line is Cleveland 3.5, so I got Cleveland winning plus the 3.5 and over on the 42.5. I think we may put a few points on the board here. Next up, we have the 2-3 Atlanta Falcons versus the 1-5 Miami Dolphins. Yeah, Miami, what happened? They've lost 5 straight after winning. I know they lost 2. They've been struggling on offense. Only scored 99 points on the year. Point-wise, they're actually worse than the New York Jets. I'm sorry. Record-wise. Point-wise, yeah, no, nobody's as bad as the Jets. Falcons, they won last week. Who did they beat last week? I don't even remember. I think I'd write this down. I don't remember who they beat last week. Yeah, I do my picks and just forget who plays who, what's the game, read from my fantasy players. So they all. Oh, they had a bye week last week. So they're coming off a bye week. So Atlanta may be the pick here. Oops. I should have looked at that bye week. Yeah, because they beat the Jets in week 5. Week 6 was their bye week. Yeah, because Matt Ryan threw for 342. I'm still going to go with Miami. They're at home. Both defenses are giving up a ton of points. Atlanta's favored 2.5 on the road. I'm going to go ahead and give that to Miami. Miami plus 2.5. And then I am taking under in the 47.5. I do want to thank Andrew Warren for the shout out. I appreciate that. Definitely watching your video. I actually rethought a lot of my picks after watching your video. And so yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, definitely check. If you haven't checked out the fellow YouTubers, NFL prognosticators on Facebook, I'm going to copy a link that Andrew has in his description. Has all their links to their pages. I'll put that in the description so you guys can check that out as well. Some great content there. They're all great guys. They all do some wonderful job on prognosticating. They do better than I do sometimes, so I'm not that great. But yeah, definitely shout out to Andrew Warren there for that. I appreciate you shouting me out on yours. All right, next up we have the 3-3 Carolina Panthers. They lost 3 straight, but they're playing the Giants, so all's well. Yeah, but this gives Sam Darnold a chance to go back to New York in that stadium where he struggled for so long and get some redemption. Carolina started out so hot, 3-0. He was looking so great. They lost the 3 straight, but you know what? Losing streaks are made to come to an end unless you're Detroit Lions, and it'll end next year sometime. Yeah, Carolina's favored by 3 on the road. I'm going to go ahead and give them the 3. Got them winning, covering. I'm taking under on the 43. I do think Sam Darnold can win with this Carolina team in New York. Next up, we have the playoff preview. AFC Championship game, possibly. Definitely an AFC playoff preview. The 4-2 Cincinnati Bengals versus the 5-1 Baltimore Ravens. Not only could this be a playoff preview, this is also for control of the AFC North. Right now, with Baltimore 5-1, Cincinnati 4-2, if Baltimore can get a 2-game lead and the tiebreaker over Cincinnati, that definitely will help them long term. They have won 5 straight. They're looking great in the last few games. They're 3-0 at home. Cincinnati, on the other hand, they did win last week. 2-0 in conference. If they win, both teams is 5-2, but they have the tiebreaker. So that's almost a game in itself. Cleveland and Pittsburgh are both 3-3. So I don't know if you're going to be more looking at them for the division. Lamar Jackson is back to being Lamar Jackson. I am taking Baltimore there for by 6.5. So I got the Ravens winning, plus the 6.5, and over on the 47.5. I think these two teams can put some points up. Joe Burrow needs to throw to Jamar Chase. Keep doing it, please. And then pass the ball to Joe Mixon once in a while. That'd be great. Fantasy, two of my top tier 1 fantasy players there. So what I need to happen, I need, 10 catches, 150 yards to Jamar Chase, couple touchdowns. I need probably $120 out of Mixon with 2 touchdowns, maybe 3. If y'all can do that for me, Baltimore wins. Y'all do that. It'd be a great game for everyone. All right, next up we have the 3-3 Kansas City Chiefs versus the 4-2 Tennessee Titans. This game, as a Chiefs fan, I have Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce on my fantasy team. They're my first and second pick. If you've seen last year's videos, you followed our Over Sports Show, you've seen the Chiefs blanket in the background I got for Christmas year before last. So yeah, definitely a Chiefs fan. Used to live an hour north of the stadium. Tennessee's a good football team. Kansas City is favored by 4.5. Again, this is another one of those playoff previews. This literally could be the AFC Championship game if Tennessee wins the South, which they have a 2-game lead right now. 4-game lead, because they're plus 2 games and Indy's minus 2. 2 games under 500. And so that is definitely Kansas City. They're only 1 game out, even though they're in last place in the West. I am picking Kansas City to win. I'm giving Tennessee to cover that 4.5. If Tennessee doesn't straight up win, they're going to definitely cover the 4.5. It's going to be a last minute field goal probably. And over on the 56.5, we are talking about Patrick Mahomes versus Derrick Henry. Come on. The Chiefs can't stop no one, so they're not going to stop Derrick Henry. Next up, we have the 1-4 New York Jets versus the 2-4 New England Patriots. hate seeing the Patriots struggle. I am not a Patriots fan. Sorry that you are, Andrew. I'm kidding. But yeah, I never rooted for the Patriots in the past. I'm rooting for them right now because of Mac Jones. I like the young quarterback. I wasn't a real big Brady fan. But you know what? The Jets are not good. They're not a good football team. Yeah, it's not good. The Lions have scored, and holy cow, 38 more points, or give or take, than the Jets have. The Jets are just 67 points on the season. It's 13.4 points a game. I think Mac Jones this is going to be kind of a good chance for him to kind of get right, kind of get his bearings about him, kind of, hey, the NFL game's way different than college. I got the Patriots winning, covering the 7 points, and under on the 42.5. The 2-4 Washington football team versus the 5-1 Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers is being Aaron Rodgers once again. 5 straight wins. 2-0 at Lambeau Field. 2-0 in the division. Projected to win 11 games. There's an 84% chance they're going to win their division and 93% chance they're going to be in the playoffs. But remember, Aaron Rodgers is kind of playing for his life here. Jordan Love is on the bench. The heir apparent, like he was the Brett Favre. Green Bay is favored by 9.5. I got them winning. I got Washington covering that 9.5 and taking over on the 49. All right, we're going to party like it's 2008. Detroit Lions 0-6 versus the 5-1 Los Angeles Rams. Jared Goff versus Matthew Stafford. I will say the Rams got fleeced on this deal, I think. They gave a 2022 first-round draft pick, a 2023 first-round draft pick, and a 2022 third-round draft pick, and Jared Goff for Matthew Stafford. Well, Matthew Stafford is 5-1 in LA. He has won 2 straight. He has 3-0 on the road. I guess he doesn't like home cooking that much. Rams are favored by 15. 15. They were favored by 15 at home. I got the old Rams winning. I got the Lions covering that 15. That's a big number. I'm taking over on the 50. Now, what I think the Lions should do, you need to take that first round draft pick you pretty much got locked up, and then the Rams first round draft pick that you stole from them, give those 2 draft picks to Houston Texans for a guy named Deshaun Watson. No brainer, but hey, who am I, right? Next up, we have the 4-2 Las Vegas Raiders hosting the 2-4 Philadelphia Eagles. The Raiders are undefeated without John Gruden. Don't send emails in 2008. They will come back to haunt you. The Raiders are favored by 3 at home. I got them winning, covering, and under on the 49. The 3-3 Chicago Bears versus the 5-1 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, let me get this straight. Tom Brady is the number 1 most passing yards of any quarterback so far in 2021. He has, let's see here. Oh, he is 44 years old, Mr. Brady is. So I think Father Time has knocked on his door, and he was like, dude, get out of here. I want nothing to do with you. I mean, more yards than anybody else right now. He's got a 68.5% completion ratio, 17 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's got a QB rating of 108. I think he's got the least amount of interceptions of anyone. Well, anybody that started any amount of games. I mean, it's just incredible what that man is doing right now at his age. Eventually, Father Time's going to win, Do we know when? I know he signed a 2-year deal with Tampa. I don't know if he renewed that. I haven't heard that, looked that up or anything. Tom Brady, wow. Buccaneers are favored by 13. I got Tampa Bay winning, covering the 13 and under on the 47. So, I mean, I'm not a Tom Brady fan, but I do respect what he's done at his age. He's my age. I can't imagine doing what he's doing. Holy cow. All right, next up we have the 1-5 Houston Texans, who just taken the season and flushed it down the toilet. How about them Cardinals? 6-0, Kyler Murray, the Arizona Cardinals. And I don't think they got anybody that's going to come close to them. They got a 1-5 Houston team that can't get out of their own way. They are 4-0 on the road, 2-0 at home. 99% chance of making the postseason. Go figure that one out. Who's in the rest of their schedule? Can they beat the Patriots? Would that not be crazy? They go to Green Bay next week could be tough. San Francisco may put up a fight. Carolina, Seattle. They get the Rams on their schedule. Detroit, that's a win. Yeah, I mean, at the most 2 losses at the rest of the season. I could definitely see that. They're just Kyler Murray, 116 QB rating, 73.8% passing completion. Not bad at all. I mean, you got Chase Edmonds and James Conner, 2 pretty decent running backs there. Your receiving core, Christian Kirk, DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green, Rondell Moore, Chase Edmonds, Max Williams, your tight end. You got what? 6 receivers with 15 or more, 5 with 20 or more catches. So, I mean, not bad, not shabby at all. I mean, this is a Super Bowl contending team. Who would have thought that when the season began? They are favored by 17 against Houston. Houston's not scoring anything. I got Cardinals winning. I got them covering the 17 and under on the 47. Sunday Night Football, the 2-4 Indianapolis Colts versus the 2-3 San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers have the ability to be a good football team. It's just if they want to. They lost 3 straight. Indianapolis, though, on the other hand, the Colts they won last week. They're 0-2 out of conference, 1-2 at home. They just haven't played great football. It's like they want to get out of their own way. They might do something.
Amazon employees.
Garoppolo, 4 starts this year, 66% completion ratio. That's not great. If you look, Carson Wentz, they're in Indianapolis, 64% completion ratio. Not great. I mean, 9 touchdowns, 1 interception, so he's not giving the ball away. What about fumbles? They fumbled the ball because it's like they're not playing well. They're not giving. I mean, Taylor's got 470. I mean, they're putting some numbers up. They're not just getting in the win column like they need. Oh goodness, 49ers at home. They're favored by 3.5. That damn half point. I got Niners winning. I got Indy covering. Gets 3.5. I am taking over on the 45. Monday night, Jameis Winston and the New Orleans Saints, 3-2, versus Geno Smith and the 2-4 Seattle Seahawks. I had seen something online that Cam Newton was contacted by Seattle. Geno Smith, Cam Newton. But you know, Jameis Winston, his problem in Tampa Bay was interceptions. If he can just not make the spotlight too big for him, Monday Night Football, just treat it like you would any other game. Don't think about it. And go out there and just have the game and play like you played all year. You may have a chance here to win this game on the road. Now, Seattle used to be the 12th man. That stadium did. I don't know if it's just as crazy or not. Yeah, Jameis, I mean, 12 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That's not bad. From what he's done in his career, that's actually really good. 108 QB rating. So he's controlling the ball, 60% completion ratio, and that needs to improve a little bit. But overall, with Kamara and then his receiving core of Kamara and Marquise Galloway and Dante Harris, he should be okay. Just, take your time here. You can go out there and beat Seattle. They are favored by 5 on the road. I got New Orleans winning plus the 5 and over on the 43.5. I think this is a chance for Jameis Winston on Monday Night Football when the lights are on bright to go out and show what he can do. All right, that is going to wrap up NFL Week 7. I'm doing things a little different routine this week. This is Week 7 for the NFL. I'll get NCAA Week 8 up here shortly. And then I will have CFL. What week are we up to in CFL? CFL Week 12. I'll have that up today or tomorrow as well. All right, as always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day, have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports town content.